Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to be talking about minerals. So let's get started. What are minerals anyway? Well, in the simplest sense of the term, minerals are the building blocks of rocks. Here's a rock. This is a piece of the igneous rock called granite. If you look carefully at this chunk of granite, you'll see all sorts of speckles of gray and white and black. And if you zoom in, you'll see that these are actually crystals, mineral crystals. This particular piece of granite has the mineral quartz, biotite mica, and plagioclase feldspar. We'll study these in more detail later on. So, on Earth, there are over 2,000 varieties of minerals, some of which are seen here. As you can tell, they come in a wide variety of colors, shapes, sizes, textures, and all sorts of different physical characteristics. Minerals have quite a few uses in our everyday life. Just to give you an example, this here is a rough, uncut diamond. Of course, we use diamonds for jewelry. We also use diamonds in construction applications, as the tips of saw blades, and a variety of other industrial uses. Here's another mineral. This is called fluorite, most famous for its inclusion in toothpaste. Yes, when you see the name fluoride on a toothpaste, that means it's made out of the mineral fluorite. But what else are minerals used for? Well, this here is talc. Talc is a very common mineral that is ground into a fine powder. It's very soft, and it's used in baby powder. Sometimes you might hear it referred to as talcum powder. One more example. This is a mineral selenite gypsum, which is used all around us in drywall. This is the material that's used to build the walls inside modern houses and buildings. But what exactly makes a mineral a mineral? Well, to be considered a mineral, the substance must meet 5 criteria. Let's go through those 5 criteria right now. Number 1, the substance must exist as a solid under normal conditions on Earth. This means if you have a liquid or a gas, under normal conditions, it cannot be considered a mineral. It must be in the solid state. Number 2, the substance must be naturally occurring on Earth. This means it cannot be man-made. So, for example, plastic is not considered a mineral because it doesn't exist naturally. It's created by humans. Must be naturally occurring. Number 3, the substance must be inorganic, meaning not coming from living or made of living things. So if you talk about, tree branches or leaves, they cannot be considered minerals because they are organic. That is, they came from living organisms. Another example would be coral. Coral is made by small sea creatures, and therefore it's organic material and cannot be considered a mineral. Minerals must be inorganic. Number 4, the substance must have a fixed chemical formula, meaning it's made up of a specific combination of elements. Let me give you an example. The mineral quartz is composed of silicon and oxygen bonded together, specifically 1 silicon bonded to 2 oxygen atoms. All quartz is made of this chemical formula. Another example, pyrite, often known as fool's gold, has a chemical formula of Fe, which is iron, and S, which is sulfur. And when these are bonded together in this particular arrangement, you get pyrite. So criteria 4 is that the substance must have a specific or fixed chemical formula. It has to be made of a specific recipe, if you will, of elements. And then finally, criteria number 5. The atoms that make up the substance must be arranged in an orderly crystal structure, a specific structure. Let me give you an example of this. The majority of the minerals that exist on Earth's surface are considered silicates, and that means they're made up of, in part, silicon and oxygen. The silica tetrahedra is the most common arrangement of silicon and oxygen atoms within a mineral. It looks something like this model here, where the red balls of clay represent oxygen atoms and the gray is a silicon atom. And you can see they're bound together in this tetrahedra shape, and this becomes the most common building block of minerals on Earth. So that's what we mean when we say the atoms must be made up of a specific orderly structure. I'll give you another example of that in just a minute. So let's test ourselves a little bit. Here are those 5 criteria. Must be solid, naturally occurring, inorganic, have a fixed chemical formula, and a specific atomic arrangement.